Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Hey, in this one we're going to have a little bit of fun because no matter where you go in the world, no matter which part of the world you live in, there are going to be these crazy, wild, ridiculous conspiracy theories about different things. And Cambodia is no exception. Whether these are written just as a joke, or somebody trolling somebody, or somebody's imagination going out of control, which I can appreciate. I love imaginative fiction, or whether these people were serious and need some serious psychiatric help, I don't know. But these ones are going to take things that are actually happening in Cambodia and they're going to put a different spin on it, let me put it that way. And I don't think anybody here is going to fall for any of those once you hear them. Because you'll see how ridiculous they are right from the beginning. But they are out there, whether for fun or not, I don't know. And I thought I'd just share some of those with you. But as a reminder, if you like this video, and you want to help support the channel, it is always very much appreciated. We always could use your help here. And I have links down below for PayPal and Ko-fi.com if you want to donate that way. It's truly appreciated until I get all my Social Security stuff confirmed and ready. We could use your help. And Chum Ben is here, and we'd like to have a little extra money so we can bring you all the activities. So if you want to do that, those links are down below. You can also purchase one or more of my books. There are links for that in the description as well, and that always helps. All right, so let's talk about, conspiracy theories, ridiculous things. All of these are pretty old. Like in one form or another, they've reared their ridiculous heads at different points in time in history with different things going on. So let's start with this little conflict on the border between Cambodia and Thailand. There's a conflict going on, and there's a lot of tension and a lot of back and forth between the countries, and hostages have been taken. I guess 18 Cambodian soldiers are being held by Thai forces, from what I hear and understand, and they're trying to negotiate that and come up with an agreement. But of course, with many other things, the conspiracy around that is that it's all fake. Yeah, it's not real. Everybody are actors and trying to play this role, trying to keep people's attention on this border conflict for a nefarious reason. And that reason, from what I heard, is that because the Cambodian and Thai government are secretly in talks to become one country and form an Asian superpower in this area, bigger than all the rest of the bordering countries combined, so they can essentially take over. That's the conspiracy about this conflict. And now here's the thing about that. A wise man once said that the only way to keep a secret between three people is if two of them are dead. The point being, the more people that are in on something like that, the more impossible it becomes for it to not be exposed, for it to not blow apart, right? And of course, something like this would involve, hundreds, if not thousands, of people, not only government officials, but civilians as well. And yeah, so that right there makes that kind of fall apart. And of course, nobody else has even suggested that. It was just one person who I think should really write a book of fiction, because I love the imagination behind that. But it's as I said, it's kind of ridiculous on its on its face, that they would be faking all this, and they would put people's lives in danger and displace all these villages around the border. and secretly, of course, they, the ubiquitous they of all conspiracy theories, they, capital They, are secretly trying to grab all the power and make themselves one big country and the dominant force in Southeast Asia. Yeah, that's not true. And just to let you know, like I said, I'm having fun with this. It's not, I don't want anybody to think I'm saying these things and giving them any credence whatsoever as far as reliability or truthfulness. But when I read something like that, I'm just like, oh man, that would make a good book, but it would be a book of fiction because it's absolutely not true, of course. And the second one I heard is around the, and this one's old too. This one's, there have been variations of this one from different parts of the world for a long time. That the FPIC app and system they have here in Cambodia, foreign presence in Cambodia, this started a few years ago, right? Where when you check into a hotel or a guest house or you get an apartment, the landlord or the person working at the hotel or guest house or whatever will take your passport, enter that information into this foreign presence app so that they have an idea of how many foreigners are in Cambodia and where they're at. Standard government stuff for foreigners, But that's not good enough for some people, no. Because this conspiracy is wild. Because according to this conspiracy theory, the reason for the FPIC app is so that, they can know where you are, but then they have like undercover government spies watching all the foreigners. They're watching your every move. They're determining which ones are loners, which ones aren't acclimating, which ones nobody would miss. And the reason for that, according to this theory, the reason is so that they can be kidnapped and the government's going to steal their organs, like their kidneys and stuff. And that's why they have that app, so they can keep track of all the people and find out which ones are, whose organs they can steal, And that there's been variations of that organ stealing thing for years and years. I think if you were a college-age kid in the 70s and even the 80s maybe, and you told your parents, hey, before I start college, I want to take a year off and backpack through Europe. One of their concerns would be, okay, well, you pay attention and don't take any drinks from strangers, otherwise you'll find yourself in a bathtub full of ice with your kidney missing. It's one of those conspiracy theories that have been around so long that, everybody just kind of assumed it was true. It's kind of like when I was going to school, and I always heard a lot about the dangers of quicksand, like growing up. Like, that was a big theme in Michigan. Quicksand. Oh, and I didn't want quicksand. Quicksand to me was frightening and scary, and I thought every time I went into the woods or near a creek or a river, I was going to try to sink into some quicksand and die. And yet, in my 62 years of living, I've never, ever encountered quicksand. I spent all that time fearing and worrying about quicksand when I was little because everybody talked about it. All the teachers and everything at school talking about the dangers of quicksand. And I've never encountered any quicksand. So and this people stealing your organs in foreign countries is just that there's been a variation of that for a long time, years and years, decades probably, and now it's just turning around, come here. But Cambodia is doing some things, catching up with technology and doing things digitally and trying to make things more streamlined and a faster process and everything. And of course, there's going to be those who, like I said, maybe they don't actually believe it. Maybe it's just a rib. But, coming up with stories that they're doing it so they can watch you. And if you fit a certain profile, they're going to kidnap you and take your organs. And, of course, again, shouldn't need to say this, but I'm going to reiterate. These are not my ideas. These are things I have seen and read, and of course it's ridiculous. They're not. They're just doing that to protect their country. You know, that's the only reason they're doing it. And the third one, of course, has to do again with technology, and again, it's an older one and something you've been hearing about, especially from certain religious groups for years and years and years. You know, as I said about the technology, Cambodia, the new Phnom Penh International Airport is now open, and they have they just streamlined everything. They're opening these things called smart gates, where if you have your visa in advance, if you got it online before you come here, the smart gate will let you go right through immigration without having to talk to a person. You scan your passport, then they use facial recognition technology to verify who you are, and if you already have your initial visa that you got beforehand, you can go right in. Now that doesn't, you know, if you're getting your visa on arrival, that's different. But for those who do it in advance, they're setting up these things called smart gates. And the conspiracy here, the thing that they're taking this piece of technology right now and turning it into something else in the future, reading between the lines, is that in the future, they say Cambodia is going to, if you're going to be here on an e-visa and stay long term, you won't get a visa stamp anymore. But what they're going to do is give you a shot and inject a chip into the back of your hand with all your identification on it and all your bank information. So you'll have to use that to purchase anything, and you have to use that to get in and out of the country. And there's nothing you can do about it because, of course, they, again, you know, capital T-H-E-Y, they are trying to keep track of you, you know, the shadow government, the deep state, and, you know, whatever other buzzwords they use. So, yeah, all I can say is, you know, Cambodia tells people, hey, we want you to come here and retire. We'll make it easy for you. It's friendly. It's inexpensive. But the only thing is we're going to do an invasive surgery on you and give you a permanent piece of plastic in your body to do it. Yeah, I don't think that's a very good logo to try to get people to come live in your country. Yeah. That's just one of those things where they see new technology coming out, and sometimes people are technophobes, you know, and their minds automatically go to the absolute craziest conclusions from there. Like, where can it go from here? And they think up all these scenarios. And again, keep in mind that might have been a joke. Somebody might have been just sort of ripping on people, or and it doesn't come from me. Like, of course, and it's not happening. That's ridiculous, as always. But it's out there. But anyway, check out all my links down below. Like I said, I have PayPal and Ko-fi.com if you want to help support the channel. You can purchase my books. Check out other channels that are vlogging from this part of the world. There's a whole list down there. And they were all really, really good. And you should definitely consider watching and subscribing to them as well. Because you will enjoy them, I think. And remember, keep it in reality. And from Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.